Alright YouTube, 116 Falconer. Today we're going to do a quick video on how to make a circle out of wood on a table saw or a bandsaw. The exact same principle. Table saw, you don't have to be as you don't have to have your blank, at least one side cut to the actual diameter you want, because you got to raise the blade up anyways. I did this like you're doing it on a table saw. Got my old school freaking drill because the old lady, I was doing some work in the house. I can't find my freaking cordless stuff. I don't even know where the hell I got this thing from. This is like ancient, man. Anyways, so here we go. It's easy. Like I say, it's the same whether you're doing using a bandsaw or a table saw. Bandsaw's easier in some aspects, but I don't have a bandsaw anymore. So anyway, so what you got to do is, number one, you have to have your jig. All right, you get a block of wood so you can set down, so you put the wood you want to make a circle out of and spin it. Okay, now normally what you do is you take your miter slot here, you cut a piece there, screw your top board onto that, get your pin in there, get the piece you want to cut, spin it around. But I'm not going to do that. As you can see, this is a real high quality piece of wood here I'm going to be using. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hot glue it down. But first, you got to, it's going to end up being an 11-inch circle, because I had a piece of wood that's 11 1/4. So that's what we're going to do. So I cut it down 11 inches side to side. So if you're on a bandsaw, all right, you have to have your width where you want it. Or at least you're going to start with the one side where it needs to be. And then you're going to feed it through. Like I say, with the table saw, you just keep raising the blade up a little bit, so you could have a piece of wood that's way bigger than what you need and still get your whatever size circle you want. Now this here, you could extrapolate it out. I mean, you could do a freaking circle 10 feet wide. You just got to be able to support it. Have your center point right. So let's get going. I know I'm confused by what I just said. So anyways, so I'm going to go, we want 11 inches, so I'm going to go 5.5 inches. Mark that. I'm going to drill a hole, put a pin down through there. I'm going to use a wooden dowel, which I'm going to cut down because it's too long, because I don't want to go through the top of that. I mean, you can go through, you could just, drive a screw through and then make a little hole there, spin it on a screw. What I used to do when I did this crap all the time, I'd take the metal dowels like you use on adjustable shelves and crap. Use that. They work freaking slick as snot. So, but anyway, so we're gonna drill a hole there with my modern drill and my little freaking mortise bit here. I've been too lazy. Now the other thing is, if you want to be precise, using a drill press is the best way to do this. But I'm not trying to be precise. Alright, so there we go, bam. I got a hole. Hopefully my dowel's gonna, yeah, shit, it's a little big. Oh well. You want to be a little more precise on your hole for your dowel, because, that'll create some slop, but I'm giving you the general idea. I'm gonna raise my blade. This freaking little DeWalt DW744 or whatever it is, freaking awesome ass saw, man. Alright, so I'm going to want to be there. So now I'm going to get the hot glue. Lather this thing up. Of course, I probably should have cleaned the chunks off. Otherwise, it's not going to sit down flush. Hot glue is awesome for everything, man. Alright, so I'm going to slide you up to the blade. Get you pushed out. It keeps freaking drizzling, too. It's pissing me off. I've been trying to do this video for a few days now, but I've been so busy drinking beer that I haven't had a chance. You know how it is. Alright, so if we pop that through there, then we want to get our piece on here. See, if I put a hole in there, it's going to be too long. So I'm going to have to cut this down. And then we'll do a 5.5, 5.5, or yeah, 5.5, 5.5. So now we got that set. Let me go cut this down, and I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Got it cut down. Now you know, I mean, I'm sure most of you know, the reason I didn't call the wife and ask her where she put my cordless stuff was because I'd get a freaking earful. You know, I told you not to leave that stuff laying around again, so I'll dig up any old ass thing I can find if I want to do something, so I don't have to ask her. I'll eventually find the stuff, but I'm not going to ask her where it's at. It's one of them, you know, games we play as married people. Alright, so anyway, so we got this. So I'm gonna go 5.5. 5.5. And make me a little hole here. I'm going to go about the depth of the head of the mortise bit. There we go. I got a sliver. It should be good there. You can see there's some slop to it, but if you take your time, get a nice tight hole, you're not going to have to worry about it. All right, good enough. So now, put the table saw in. Now with a table saw, you gotta just raise the blade a little bit at a time. So I'm gonna get it started, and this is an old dull blade. So if you have a fresh blade, it's a lot easier. All right, so here we go. There you go, bam. So if you want to make a lazy Susie or something, or Susan, whatever the hell they call them, it's starting to freaking rain. So anyways, it's the exact same way with a bandsaw. Just get your jig set up. Make sure that you're at the edge where you want to start. So that, because the bandsaw, you can't raise the blade up, of course. You know, you got to start right in there. And you just go around. Bandsaw is a lot quicker, quieter, but table saw is just as doable. So, and like I say, as long as you have your center point, you could make this, you know, as big as you want. So, it's pretty cool. Easy freaking job. So, there you go. That's how to make a circle on a table saw or a bandsaw. Oh, the other thing about hot glue is when you're done, you can just pull it up here. Let me get a screwdriver. Well, I know I got a damn screwdriver somewhere. Just pull it up, bam, done. I use hot glue for everything. When I want to scribe some wood or something to fit some trim, hot glue it up, scribe it, take it down, cut it, throw it up. So, hot glue is awesome. All right, that's it, man. How to make a circle. See ya.